Hey, Nation, boy, howdy. Just halfway through it's really nice, man, the ChannelCon show from GTIA down in San Diego, early August. Early August. Good Lord, what happened?
It is August now.
And I'm with my friends from Acronis, and so we'll go around the horn. Steve Brining from Acronis. Steve, thank you.
Hey, pleasure to be here, thanks.
All right, James Abercrombie.
Yep, just like Abercrombie and Fitch.
All right. And then finally, Devin Stevens.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll be going around the horn today with a couple different topics. But James, let's start with you. What's going on? What's news?
We are embracing this new transformation of MSPs, right? As we see AI moving from being a machine that gives you answers or models answers around what it thinks it wants you to hear, we're now seeing it take action, and we're watching MSPs start kind of replying to that. Ultimately, it's about how do we make a technician's job easier at Acronis, and as we see new technologies being introduced into the field, we're learning them all together, learning how we can place guardrails onto them and ensure that they're secure. But again, AI is moving faster than I think anybody ever expected it to.
It's hard to keep up.
So, where do you start? And I think right now it's about automating workflows. But before we can automate workflows, we need to understand what those workflows are. So it used to be incident response readiness planning, right? And now it's more so about your AI usage and what the guardrails are around that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I was speaking at CNBC up in my hotel room at break, and that story just keeps growing about these. Are they agents or evil little devils that have escaped the test lab?
Yeah, the agentic AI.
Happy face or happy smile, but now it's grown.
Yep.
Today they were like, oh yeah, by the way.
Happened again.
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah.
And so I like the word guardrails because I'm increasingly hearing, and I'm still learning the space, but governance or whatever we want to call that is increasingly part of the conversation. James, what's on the roadmap? I mean, you've done some. You guys are always developing something.
We are accelerating innovation. So at Acronis, we've just launched our Acronis Accelerate event series. This happens about once a quarter now. And essentially the idea here is bringing to the public what it is that we want to offer. Not just what we want to offer, but what we believe is going to make them more operationally efficient. So we've just released our new Cyber Console, which really intertwines our partner program, which is your MDF, your campaigns, things like that, into our Cyber Console. Also along with support ticket submissions, as well as some new functionalities that we've complemented with AI. We now have Service Desk, which is more of a ticketing mechanism. It's not just for ticketing, but to also triage against multiple tenants, right? So if you've got 10 customers, they all have the same issue, you're still going and triaging those one by one. How do we make that a little bit more simple? That's where our AI Service Desk comes into play. Kind of correlates everything, gives you a one-clickable action. Steve will talk about this in a moment, and how how it makes more sense to have an integrated solution versus fragmented solutions. And the reason being is that when it's natively integrated, you're no longer jumping from console to console to console, waiting for somebody else to do something.
Yeah, what I would offer, and I've tried, we had a chuckle during rehearsal that I know you back when you were a consumer box. Was it Best Buy or whatever? Egghead, yeah. And I've tracked you since, but we've all evolved. But you're really are becoming a platform, because even modern times, Acronis was backup, right? That
I'd say we've always been a platform since I've been here, right? And it's funny because I've been telling the company that we are a cyber platform. We're not just cyber protection, right? We are a platform that delivers many services. So people know us as backup, right? Some people know us as cloud, hosted storage. Some people know us as security. Ultimately, it is one-stop shop that allows you, as an MSP or as a technologist or as an operator, to do your job a little bit more efficiently, right? If you have a backup that's failed, what do you do? If you have a security threat that's gotten through, what do you do? Again, these are multiple different tools that are being managed, and we're trying to remove the onus of whose job is it and making it easier to respond.
Yeah, and I would say you're in the conversation, and I felt that like any mature industry, talk about a concentration, oligopoly. I'm gonna mispronounce that, but cars, we get down to 4 major players, right? And we're not immune. That's just natural maturity. And so, we all know the big dogs, the one out of Tampa is an example, and so on. But you're in that, you're on the field, right?
Oh, we are absolutely near the end zone, my friend.
Overtaking the field.
Yeah. It's not just about playing the game. It's about learning where the game is headed so that we could play it more effectively, right? We would not be as successful as we are without taking the feedback from our partners, right? Folks like Devin who actually utilize these solutions and give us the true reality of what it impacts for their business and how it could do better. And that's what a partnership is about, right? It's not just a vendor. It's about partnering and making sure that you've got somebody to call when something hits the fan. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a mega trend I track is partnerships and alliances. You know what I mean? Because you can't just go it alone. God bless early Microsoft, but even they are open and receptive to teaming. And well, Devin, so let's cut over to you. You are a customer. What's on your mind as a customer? What are you thinking?
Oh gosh, well, in terms of Acronis, best partner that we have, I would say in terms of engagement, that's what we look for from a partner of ours. Is we look for them to engage with us as much as we want to engage with them and sell, and that's what we get from these guys.
Yeah, where are you based out of?
We're based out of Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah,
a lot of people here from there.
From Greenville?
Yeah.
Good to hear.
It's growing tech sector.
I have a West Coast buy. We think Seattle and the Bay Area, and they will tolerate Austin, and they will tolerate Portland.
Right.
They will tolerate us, but it's interesting how that city keeps coming up again and again, and then the research, and that's South Carolina, and then the Research Triangle in North Carolina.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We're part of that. We've got Clemson University down there that's doing great things in terms of the tech sector. Got BMW in the automotive industry since the 90s that has been just absolutely exploding in that area.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Quickly, so what's your niche? I mean, are you defense? Do you have a defense or healthcare?
Yes.
Or what's your story?
So we're actually kind of an unusual partner for Acronis in that we're a cloud service provider. We don't do traditional managed services. We provide services into the channel. So MSPs are our customers, and we're providing private virtual infrastructure. We're providing backup and disaster recovery services, all that kind of good stuff back into the channel.
Yeah, and then if you don't mind, what range, how big is your company? I know you're not public, but roughly, how big is your company?
Yeah, so we keep it kind of streamlined. We're about 40 employees.
Well, that's a real company.
Yeah, we're about 40 employees.
That's called bi-weekly payroll.
Yes, absolutely. So growing, hoping to grow more. So.
Okay. And then Steve, we're going to have you bring us in. Talk to us. What's your role at Acronis and what's news?
Cybersecurity evangelist for Acronis. So while I've been with Acronis for about 9 years, I also have was Department of Defense, now Department of War. I was with the Arizona Army National Guard, literally just retired July 31st after 20 years. So I see things from a different perspective as well. And when we were talking about the operational efficiency piece that we're trying to work on, to me, whenever you give MSPs a lot of operational efficiency, you're really solving a lot of business problems internally. Like, for example, the culture, the leadership, because there's a lot of things they're going to have to do. And also, we're going to be talking about burnout.
Yeah.
Right? The less burnout you can give them, the more mundane things can be handled by all of these types of process improvements that Acronis is providing. That gives MSPs the opportunity to level up and give their people level 2 type skills, and it gives them permission to scale and grow. So now they can bring on more clients without the headache of a lot of more mundane type 1 level tasks.
Yeah.
So to me, the operational efficiency, less burnout, it's going to help redefine the culture within an organization, but also helping with risk management internally. That's where I look at things from an operational perspective.
Going back to niches, with the work you do, again, are you focused on DoD, aerospace, healthcare, or are you across the board with efforts?
Acronis, we're not really going to play a lot in the federal space,
Okay.
Especially when you get into the whole FedRAMP area with that. But we're really across the board. I mean, what is it like? How much percentage would you say is more managed service provider business? About 65%. So really, our MSPs are dictating as far as like the industries, but the way we built our product with the native integration and the compliance piece, whatever industry you're working with, HIPAA, like our disaster recovery, our data centers, they're HIPAA certified, right? So there's a lot of things that we do to help them with that, but it all starts with all the security controls in place, before you get to the actual industry, right? Because finance is going to have a certain level, HIPAA is going to have a certain level, different technical safeguards that they require.
And so we'll wrap with a little bit of fun, and thank you everybody for your time. So where are you out of Boston? Where are you based out of?
I am based out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, okay. Well, you know a thing or two about heat.
We have an office
That's why I have
Tempe.
That's why I have a house 3 hours north at 7,200 foot elevation also.
Yeah, and then James, brag on yourself. You're living the dream in
Oh,
the Bay
yeah.
Area, but not hardcore.
Not the Bay Area, it's Central Coast. So it's Morro Bay and San Luis Obispo. I decided that since there's definitely no way that I will retire in this lifetime, it's time to live the retired life as I work.
There you go.
Yeah, both boys went to Cal Poly in SLO, so I've been there many times, and I forgot Morro Bay is like right there.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive. I flew out of the San Luis Obispo airport. It's a hop, skip, and a jump anywhere that I want to go.
Very nice life.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. Hey, the only thing standing between us and the 1980s theme party tonight is this podcast, so thank you for your time.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Harry.
Appreciate it.